All right, everyone, here we go with the Friday reading. What are they thinking and feeling? Who are they? I don't know. Somebody attached to you, family member, friend, runner, lover, somebody with a soul connection. I cut the deck. I did not shuffle for a pre-shuffle or anything, but just like with the monthly readings, I'll show you what's here. What are they thinking and feeling? The devil and the hanged man. Somebody really stuck on you. Okay? What else is it? And the death card, that's right. Somebody's just fixated on you, transforming something, saying something. Could be on the negative, telling you off. It could be that too. They could be fuming about you. Their feet are on fire. It's so hot. You know, I don't know. It is the holidays. Maybe you said something at Hanukkah or at Christmas or whatever. You know, who could keep track of all the holidays? Maybe you said something on Boxing Day. I don't know. Whatever's going on here, somebody is definitely, we should be getting something in this reading. Sometimes it's redacted because you only get the information if it's for the greater good. I would say if somebody's fixated on you, I should be able to pick up on it pretty good. So we'll see. One card for each sign. We split the soulmate cycle with the 12 pieces. We don't clarify this reading. We're just asking what they're thinking and feeling. Tomorrow in the weekly reading, we ask what actions they're likely to take, and we clarify. All right. We got a big couple of readings coming up. We got the new moon reading on Sunday. I'm looking forward to that. That's a powerful new moon. That's a new moon in Capricorn. It technically starts the year 2025 if you want to go by a lunar calendar sort of thing. You know, I mean, it is what it is. You don't have to wait till January 1st. You can flip your calendar over now, right, or on Sunday. All right, let's go. Let's see where we're at here. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. Obsessed with you. You're heavy on their mind. It's 10 wands. And look at it. It's like the fucking Blair Witch Project in there. You ever see that movie? Blair Witch Project? Right? When they're in the woods and they're walking around, right? And how like kind of freaking out a little bit. It's that kind of focus. It's that kind of thing right there. That's what I got out of it. So there you go. 10 wands is our overall energy. See? The cut cards are important. It's fun to do. I like doing that. I like doing the pre-shuffles more, but the cut cards, they'll tell you a lot. All right, let's go. Because the universe thinks it's just me and her talking, and it's not. I share it with you. Let's go. Our story starts with Aries position 1, ends with Pisces position 12. Pay attention to everything on the table. I'm not your astrologer. This ain't your fucking horoscope. About 9 out of the 12 should resonate. And go ahead and watch the Blair Witch Project today. All right, there you go. All right, let's go. What are they thinking and feeling? Where's our story start here? Obviously, a lot. Thinking about doing something, reaching out. They got ants in their pants. Eight of wands. Our story begins with 8 wands. We're going to see the 8 wands a lot in 2025 in general. But the first quarter of the year, for fucking damn sure, you're going to see it a lot. You're going to see it in a lot of readings you watch. No, I know y'all cheat on me. It's fine. Keep in mind, 8 of wands, communication coming out. Yes, it does mean that. But it's minor arcana. It's the potential. All right, it's the urge to communicate. The energy is pushing them forward. Like if it's cold outside, the cold air is urging you to put a coat on, but you don't have to. Okay, this is pretty frigid. All right, this is cold. All right, I don't think it matters whether this person talks to you or not. I think, well, yeah, I said it was cold. It's minus 40. All right, why minus 40? Well, scientists use minus 40 instead of saying 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Most people say 6 of one, half a dozen of or another. But if you hang out with enough scientists, like I'm forced to, you end up hearing minus 40. Why do they say minus 40? They say minus 40 because that's the point where Celsius and Fahrenheit are the same temperature. Minus 40. They're the same fucking temperature, the same thing. Okay? It's the point where they connect. This is minus 40. That's how cold it is. It doesn't much matter. Somebody here, either if they're pissed at you or in love with you, they've got to get it out somehow. They're going to tell. This is strong enough that they might not come talk to you. They might not. They might go talk to somebody else. You'll hear about it. All right. There's reverb attached to this, like an echo chamber. All right. That's wild. That's wild. So all they can think about is something they want to say to you. I can't pinpoint what it is. I'm not a fucking mind reader, but the energy is flowing. All right? That's what that is. That's minus 40 right there. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Whether they talk to you or not doesn't really matter. All right? Doesn't matter. They got to get it out. Now, just because I said it's cold doesn't mean it's negative. Okay, cold, but at a certain point, something very hot hurts, right? It's painful. At a certain point, something very cold is also painful. This is painful in a cold way to this person, all right? It burns, but not in a hot way, in a cold way. Take that as it resonates. Figure out what that means to you. That's the energy that's there, okay? Figure out what the difference would be. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that they're angry at you. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. Maybe they feel stupid about something. Maybe they feel bad about something. I don't know, okay? It's an important energy because it's where our story starts. Again, it doesn't matter what your sign is here, all right? We're just splitting the soulmate cycle into 12 pieces. Number 2, Taurus if you want. The Empress. These two are not connected, strangely. Most of the time they are. Most of the time lately this top row has been fusing together. Is one big fucking thing. At the very least, the Cancer energy, the hot spot, right, the theme energy of the cycle will bookend the 8 of Wands. So those two will be read together. This is its own separate thing. I don't want to say the generic somebody sees your value. It's not that. It's somebody here is, well, it's almost an energy. I hate to do this because it's still, we're in the holy days here. Somebody's thinking about you naked. It feels like that. I'm not saying they are, and I'm not trying to get dirty. All right, I'm not. It's this energy of the Empress, and I often talk about it in the Light Seer, and I say the best hits in the tarot, that kind of a thing. It's that. It's somebody is thinking about you, but they're thinking about hot things, burning hot things. Okay, that's why I said it's not connected to this. This is cold. But again, this is as hot as this is cold. You follow me? Minus 40, right? Why did I say minus 40? It's the first time I've ever given you that little factoid, that minus 40 is the temperature where Celsius and Fahrenheit are the same. Right there. It's cold here. It's hot here. It's the same amount of hot here as it is here. It's just, it all ties. It's amazing the way that fucking plays out, but it is. Somebody here, this side's definitely not doing that. They're getting burned on the cold side. This person's getting burned on the hot side. In other words, they can't get your tits out of their mind. It feels like the energy would feel if somebody were, you know, some hot person walked by and somebody was just staring at them, right? Just fixated on their ass as they were going by, and you notice that, right? Like, I notice it. I look and I kind of chuckle a little bit, and you want to wave your hand in front of their face and go, hello, hello, right? Sometimes, if you were a girl and this energy was coming at you, somebody would be staring at your tits, and you'd have to say something like, my face is up here, right? Like that. It's that kind of energy. That's all. I'm just pointing it out. Maybe that, you know, somebody misses you here. I will tell you that. Okay? But that's what they're thinking about. It's as hot as this is cold. Right? This one you'll need to think about. You'll need some imagination here. But pay attention to what I said. It's for a good, where a story starts. It's for the majority of you watching. Okay? The rest are, aside from Cancer here, are a bit more specialized. Except for my wild cards where you guys might show up, which is Virgo position 6 and Aquarius position 11. Gemini position 3, the Hermit. Well, I got a Grateful Dead song ringing through my head, but I can't sing it because the AI will get me. You know, back in those days, they sang about, it's Casey Jones. And if you read the lyrics online and the chorus that's ringing through my head, you will see why I can't sing it with YouTube's AI here, right? I mean, I could bleep it out, driving that train high on, Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Trouble ahead, trouble behind. And you know that notion just crossed my mind. Somebody's got ideas in their head. Somebody's brain is moving faster than their feelings can keep up. Somebody's getting a little ahead of themselves here. Okay? They need to lay off the double espresso, right? Or the theme chemical in the Casey Jones song, whatever. Yeah. Okay. Their mind is running a mile a minute, and the soul is kind of in its shell a little bit here. And it is a hermiting energy. You have a very strong soul connection with this person. I don't think whoever this person is, they have the depth right now to deal with it. Pay attention to your monthly reading that I just pulled for January. All right, I get it. I think somebody is controlled by the energy on their side. I think they're not sure. I think they're getting really confused. They're getting pulled in many different directions. All right, I think they need to just rest, and that's what the universe almost is saying here with the Hermit. Take a chill. They need to take a chill. Cancer, the hot spot of the connection cycle, bookends the 8 of Wands. This is the all signs position for sure. 5 Wands. Yeah. There's a conflict here. Somebody can't get out of their head. Somebody wants to get something clear with you. Somebody is thinking about it. Somebody's fighting with you in their mind right now. Fighting with you. Okay? And I think they could use some clarity. And I think they might speak it. It's tied to this cold energy that's here. Again, I think this needs to get resolved. It's something that you see as a big deal and they don't, or they don't see it as a big deal and are confused why you do. It could go either way. Take it as it resonates. All right? Leo soap opera, position 5. 5 of Cups. Jesus. Wow. These two go together, let me tell you. Somebody's thinking, but I can't with you. But I can't. That's what they're thinking. It is. I don't know. Or they miss you. They miss you. But I can't. But I want to, but I can't. But if I could. But there's a whole bunch of buts. Right? Whole bunch of buts. Okay. That's what they're thinking. Okay. It's too late anyway. No, I don't think so. I think the horse is wrong. All right. Something else there. I said the horse. Something about a gift horse. There's a lot of reasons why you shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth. There's a lot of reasons, you know. Not the least of which being, if you think about something too long, you'll find too many reasons not to do it. Just like if you stare at something long enough, you'll find flaws with it, right? I mean, somebody here is just, they're in this mode because they've overthought you or your connection or thought about it too much. They're suffering from burnout, okay? Soulmate burnout. But if I could. That's just an additional note for you because it's there. I thought I'd point it out. One of my wild card spots here. You guys might show up here. Virgo, position 6. 9 of Cups. Somebody thinks you're great. Somebody thinks you're everything they could possibly want. And they're not telling you. It's tied to this. But if I could. It is. It's tied to this. This is you guys. This is an energy. Well, it's an energy attached to you. So it's not necessarily you guys showing up in the reading. I don't know if this person is what you would want or not. You're not going to have the chance to find out. Somebody around you is hotter for you than they think. They think you're out of their league. Okay? I mean, that's basically it. That's basically it. Their own propensity for self-doubt is what's keeping them from telling you how great they think you are. Typically when this happens, when I blend these two types of energies, this recipe right here is a bad tasting cookie. It's somebody who might treat you poorly. They might, because they got low self-worth, they're going to make sure you do too on some level. They might. It's not necessarily, it's subconscious sometimes. It's not necessarily intentional, but they might be a douche. You know, they might be. Just keep in mind, you're everything they want. They just don't think they can get it. Position 7, Libra. 6 of Cups. I get this. Somebody's returning. Somebody here is thinking about something that happened with you in the past and they want to fix it. They don't know how. I think they will. I think tomorrow we'll see some forward movement on that. I might write that one down. Hot Scorpio, position 8. The Sun. Strangely, this is your energy. I don't have an incoming energy. You're fine. I think this is a moment in time where you realize you're okay right now. And you're okay with being okay. I just get that. I get you attached. I don't have an incoming energy there. It's you. Is it most of you watching? Could it be my wild card spot today? I don't know. You'll have to, depends how you feel. I think if you don't feel this yet, you might. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. You'd probably smell this coming. All right? Yeah. I think it's a moment. There's a moment coming for you where what you're thinking is and feeling is that everything's okay. And for some reason, you want to enjoy that. You want to take that moment. It's sort of like your first day outside, it's sunny, everything's terrific, but you know from the 10-day forecast that it's going to piss down in a couple of days, so you enjoy the fuck out of that sunny day. It's a bit of that. All right? Good for you. Fine. Sagittarius, position 9, sometimes separate from the cycle, sometimes part of it. I don't know. Always a lecture, isn't it? Always a fucking weird reading. Although your January was fairly normal for a change. As I recall, anyway. King of Swords. It's part of the cycle here. You scare the crap out of somebody. Yeah, I think you don't realize that you scare people. Okay? I think you don't. Acknowledge what I'm saying at least. If you're having trouble, if you're like, why am I not as popular as I could be? Why am I blah 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 blah? Right? Acknowledge what I'm saying. And that's all you got to do. And try to adjust things. Try to smile. You don't have to smile on the outside as long as you're smiling on the inside, right? I mean, kind of a thing like that. You might be real smiley. I don't know. I mean, these birds, these great horned owls. If you ever see one, they look real cute and fluffy. You know, they do. They have in fact, if you have one of these as like a pet or something like, which in some countries you can do. We had one when I was a kid. He was the friendliest bird. He was right up there with Flem the parrot on liking being hugged and petted and all kinds of things like that. But that's only when the energy is right. Otherwise, if you were to walk up to a wild one, you know, I don't know. That's all I can tell you. That might be from a few of you. I harped on it a little bit, but I think it's important. It's an important message for somebody, and every single energy is important. Every person matters, right? All right, here we go. Position 10, Capricorn. It's an unapproachable energy. Right? They will approach, but reluctantly, cautiously. And when people are like that, they tend to be defensive. So if you notice people getting defensive around you, that's the energy I'm talking about. Try to smile on the inside, okay? Smile with your soul. All right, Capricorn, position 10, Judgment. Yeah, somebody you thought you were rid of is coming back, or something like a herpes, like fucking herpes. Something is returning. All right, for some of you, this could be something, a pimple, a herpes. I don't know, cold sore of some kind. I don't know. It could be. But judgment don't come out for a bang in a bar parking lot or a fucking cold sore. This is somebody here. This is somebody you thought you were done with, dead, done, gone, buried. You took off, you're gone. The funeral was a while ago. Metaphorical funeral anyway. They're coming back. They're showing up. They're thinking about it anyway. They're thinking and feeling it's time to make an appearance. And they see it. You know what's funny is they feel it as kind of a big grand appearance, a big entrance sort of a thing. Sort of like somebody here left town, they told you they were leaving and not going to see you again, made a big dramatic exit, and now they want to make a big dramatic comeback. Okay. And it's just what I feel like. It's what the energy feels like. It's very dramatic. I don't know. We'll see what actions they take tomorrow in the weekly reading. I'll write that down too. This one, that one. Okay. Because I see this one coming back too. Not as dramatic here. In case you were. My other wild card spot, position 11, Aquarius. That Aquarius monthly reading was definitely for everybody. You guys showed up in that reading. More people should have watched that than did. The January reading for Aquarius. It doesn't matter if you're an Aquarius or not. Makes no fucking difference. Four of Swords. Massive amount. You're the massive amount of healing, but it's coming from you, not to you. Your words are very powerful. This is you guys, so pay attention. Your words are very powerful right now. Your words. The things you do, anything, your presence is very powerful right now. All right? If you got something you want to see changed, say it. If you got something to say it. All right? You might trigger a few people. I don't know. I don't think so. This is a soft touch. This is nice. This is what would normally trigger people won't trigger them right now, sort of a thing. You're just somebody that people want to be around. You might be. All right? Use it. The universe, you're getting this card because the universe wants you to use that energy. Don't waste it. And just, oh, everybody's leaving me alone. I'm not getting in any fights with people, at least. Whew, right? That's a waste of it. You got something to say? Say it. You got something, some kind of message you want to get across? Get it. You got a YouTube channel or some shit and you want to put out a message? Put it out there. All right? Go for it. All right, there you go. Whatever. The healing that's here is coming from you and going outward. All right. Nice. You also might be a little like your psychic abilities, we'll call them. Might be a little bit your spidey sense, might be a little more tuned in than usual. You might be a little oversensitive, which can, if you're not careful, spark arguments with people. Might make it the backside of this energy, the negative side, the equal and opposite effect on it is sort of like a kickback from a shotgun, right? You know, you get some force out the barrel, but you also get a kick back on your shoulder. The kickback on this might be you might be a little defensive. You're picking up on things from people, and you might pick up on too much. You might pick up on somebody has feelings for you. I'm picking up on the love they have for you, but you're also picking up on the dislike that they have for someone else, and it's blending together, and you're not able to separate it. Right? A little too much power on that side. So be aware of that, okay, in case you get a little defensive on some of the things you're vibing on, all right? All right. Pisces, position 12, always red with 1 and 5, not encouraging. Justice, yeah, somebody's showing up. Somebody here is just showing up. Somebody here has got something to say to you, all right? But they're not sure if they should. They've got something to say, I don't know what, but they're not sure if they should. That's the read. It's feedback in here. Herringbone background. Gray herringbone. So right here, here. This is the feedback. They got something to say, but they're not sure if they should. Is it worth it? Is it just going to cause petty conflict? Do I really want to tell Pisces they don't look good in those sandals? Is it worth it? I have to ask myself that every fucking time my wife asks me if she looked good in something. And I know damn well she doesn't. Terrible fashion sense. But whatever, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Now, one time I had to, we were 50 miles from home, I had to turn around and go back because I just made an innocent little comment. Nope, not worth it. They're wondering if it's worth it. Is it going to cause a conflict? But they definitely got something to say. And they feel it's very important. It's heavy on their mind. 10 of Wands. It's all they can think about. The pre-shuffle. They're obsessed. Everybody's person is obsessed. Even over here, people are obsessed with why you're so, scary. I don't know. I don't think you're scary. I love these little owls. I love the great horned owl. Not scary at all. Even the wild ones. You'd be surprised. People do get scared. We have one of these in the neighborhood. He sometimes sits up on top of somebody got one of those big radio tower things, right? He's got kind of a cross perch, kind of a thing set up on there. And sometimes he sits up there, and you'd be surprised. People see it, and they're like, freak out. Like, oh, no. They get all scared and whatever. It's weird. People have weird reactions to things. It's because everybody reads energy, but not everybody reads it good. And also, everybody reads books, but not everybody takes in the information the same. I mean, I don't know. Misinformation. It could be about you. I'm talking about you here. Maybe somebody's got misinformation about you. Maybe they overheard something wrong. I don't know. People do it all the time. Everybody's got different ways of perceiving things. Some people just get shit wrong. That lady I told you about that wanted to shoot all the hawks in the neighborhood because they kill the doves that she likes. Well, that's fine, but that's nature. There's a balance. You can't kill the hawks only have one nest a year at about 3 birds. The doves have 5 nests a year with 5 birds in each nest. So if we kill all the hawks like that stupid woman wanted, then you're going to be overrun with doves. I mean, even the city of New York uses falcons and red-tailed hawks to curb the pigeon population. You have to. These fuckers breed all year long. The hawks only do it once. That's how nature works. It's all about balance, right? You don't want the predators overbreeding the food, right? Bottom to bottom of the deck, adding all this up. I'm just trying to help my sexitarians here. All right, well, whoever identifies with this, it doesn't matter what your sign is. If you feel like people are avoiding you, they probably are under a false perception of your energy. In some way, it could be something somebody told them or just the energy output. Justice. Showed up here, showed up here. It's an important card. This is for a lot of people. Everybody's person's got something to say to them, and they're not sure whether they should or not. Is it worth the conflict? Is it worth it? I definitely pick up that in the Cancer position anyway. With this 5 of Wands bookending the 8 of Wands. What we get here? 4 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. All of your people are considering they got something to say. And they're not sure whether they should say it or not. Is it worth taking the sword out of the sheath with the Queen of Swords? But these two cards are what I find interesting. This is a message for you. Everybody attached to you that showed up in this reading has feelings for you. Has feelings for you. They're all afraid somebody else is going to snatch you up or influence you in some way. Now, don't come at me and go, well, Steve, what if it's a relative? They're not afraid somebody's going to snatch me up. Well, they might be. You think your cousin wants you to get a better man or woman than they got? They don't. There's always rivalry and family type things. Those are sometimes the hardest soul connections to have. I'll tell you, there's nothing worse than, you might think the opposite, but there's nothing worse than a deep soul connection with a sibling. And because you get the natural sibling rivalry is like hulked up on crack. All right? It usually ends up well as an adult, but as children, anyway, it doesn't matter. Somebody here is afraid that somebody else, if it's family, somebody might be afraid that you're going to be influenced by somebody else. That way, whatever this is, there's this deep, deep, deep fear of the energy right now that you're going to get taken away. You're going to get snatched up. And somebody's not sure if they should bother saying what they need to say, and that's why they're worried that it might cause a conflict because they don't want you to get snatched up. They don't want to lose you. So again, it's sort of like you're angry and I'm just using it as an example. You're angry and you want to go talk to somebody, but you know that if you do, you might lose that person forever, and you don't want that either. So there could be this little stalemate within the energy right now. And the energy right now, if I were to do an energetic weather update right this second, the energy right now is a little bit conducive to oversensitivity and arguments. So again, that's sort of what's here. Everybody, you're very heavy on people's minds. Again, remember what I said here. I talked about this one for a little while. It's very important to understand that. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Tomorrow we find out what actions they're going to take and we clarify. All right, I'll take my time with that one. You can always watch it on 2X if you're that impatient. But I'm funnier anyway. It's got the cartoon voice and I talk like this. But anyway, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, everybody who watches. Good luck.